Okay, so in today's session, we're going to talk about the how to create a report in MS Word. Today's session is very much important because in today's session, we're going to talk about the reports, that how you can create reports with a good templates as well as good designs on MS Word, as well as we're going to talk about how you can create resumes and how to make brochures on MS Word. So I have started my recording, so you're going to get the recording in Google Drive. So I'm starting from MS Word. Like today's we're going to discuss about the report. So you can see that I have generated a template in front of you all, that I have make a report. Like I have taken example of call report. Like as you all know that there's a record of call recording. So I have choose this example like customer call report. So I have make it, and you can see that I have write it prepared by Abdul Rafi, original of Team Technolitrate, 18 June 2022. So this was actually a pattern like how you can create a report, a effective report, the report that should carry each and everything that was showing you on my screen. So यहाँ पे बहुत सारी चीजें शो हो रही होंगी जो कि आप एक रिपोर्ट के अंदर मेंशन करते हैं, and you can see that it's actually a front page of the report. I take an example of customer call report. You can make any report you want to make. If you go to scroll down, so you can see that I have made a page like you can normally see that the call reports are usually consisted of like which type of call, which type of call detail you are talking about. Like type means that which type, like are you talking of WhatsApp, or are you talking to another person through landline or mobile mobile phone through these are the things which can be came in type हेडिंग. लाइक आप यहाँ पे ये सब चीजें मेंशन कर सकते हैं किस टाइप में आप बात कर रहे हैं, यानी कि व्हाट्सएप पे बात कर रहे हैं या आप कॉल पे बात कर रहे हैं या फिर आप जो है वो लैंडलाइन बात कर रहे हैं. सो यहाँ पे वो चीज मेंशन हो सकती है. I have made a black image. Actually, this was actually it's not a background. It's an image. Like I have made a black image and I have made it on the back of my screen. Other than this, I have made like I have put a heading call detail, and then I have made a table. Like as you all know that we have studied how you can create a table. So I have created table in it. So they have type, date, duration, name of representative, other personal represent if any. यानी कि जो चीजें कॉल डिटेल्स में मेंशन होती है, सो आई हैव पुट ईच एंड एवरीथिंग हियर. लाइक आप डेट, which on which date you are talking about, what was the duration, name of representative, like who are you going to talking about. Other than this, you have the caller name as well and contact information as well. तो यहाँ पे जो है वो 3 to 5 हेडिंग्स है जो कि आपने यहाँ पे मेंशन करनी है. एज सेम वे यू कैन क्रिएट एनी अदर रिपोर्ट एज वेल. लाइक यू कैन नॉट ओनली क्रिएट अ कॉल रिपोर्ट, यू कैन ऑल्सो क्रिएट एनी टाइप ऑफ रिपोर्ट. यानी कि आप जो है किसी भी टाइप की रिपोर्ट बना सकते हैं, बट थिंग्स विच शुड बी इन अ रिपोर्ट आई एम टेलिंग यू दैट थिंग्स ओनली एज एन एग्जाम्पल. लाइक फिर अगर हम मूव ऑन करें, सो वी हैव द कॉल समरी एंड analysis. यानी कि then I have make it heading of call summary and analysis. That mean that what is the result of that conversation and what will be the main points of it. ये जो है ये area, ये जो heading है I have made by myself. These things should not be in a report of call reports. Actually these type of reports were usually made at a time when when there was any investigation of any report, or if it's actually used in the डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ क्राइम. लाइक अगर जो है कोई क्राइम डिपार्टमेंट की तरफ से कोई कॉल रिपोर्ट बनाई गई है या एनी ऑफ द थिंग्स वाज मेड टू फॉर एनी for making any record, or for getting the all the what we can say that for getting all the record of a person's contact. So they used to make the reports in these form, and then they were submitted to the department, the intelligence department, or to the crime sector. So the call reports usually work in the crime sectors, or in the investigation. So वहाँ पर सब चीजें वहाँ पे सब चीजें जो है वो यूज की जाती हैं, and these things should be very much important in the call reports, especially in call reports. So this was actually a result that what has carried out from the conversation from the other person through landline or through mobile phone or through WhatsApp, any other place. Another thing is that notes, like what the things carry in the conversation, like main things that is carried in the conversation should be right in this box. I have made this in the same way that I have made this table, same way I have made this table as well. Like I have generated a table like 1 2 3. I have generated a 3 rows and 2 columns, and then I have changed the size of it and increased the size of result uh, column, and then I have, sorry, raw, I have insert the size of the raw of result to make the result very much clear in this area. उसके अलावा मेरे पास जो है, then if we go to move ahead and scroll down, I have made a heading like follow up plan. Like what is the follow up plan by the conversation by the two people which are conversating each other. So what would be the follow-up plan? Like it would be mentioning date, type, and action. Like what is the action brought back after the conversation? So these was actually some things that we used to enter in the call reports, and I've made it very easily on this MS Word. यहाँ पे बहुत easily एक call report एक जो है वो बनाई गई है, जिसके through आपको show हो रहा है that how you can create a report. ये 2 pages की report है, एक जो है वो preface है, या उसके अलावा जो है फिर आती है यहाँ पे call report. So in the same way you can create any of the report you want to create. Another thing is that I've made one more report for explaining you all. Like I have make one another report, like this was another report which I have made for you all. Like इसके अंदर जो है आपको यहाँ पे एक और call report यहाँ mention हो रही होगी, like incident report. As you all know that after the call report we'll go to usually work on incident report. Like incident कोई अगर होता है या कोई चीज happening होती है, so how you can elaborate in the form of report. So I have made it here. So there are some main headings I have used, like name of site, like where the incident took place, the area where the incident took place. So we have to write in this area, in this line. Another thing is that I have put the heading like sample incident report. It's actually sample ना, इसलिए I have put a sample heading. Another thing, or if you want to mentioning the incident reports, you can cut the sample as well. आप यहाँ पे sample हटा के सिर्फ incident report ही mention कर सकते हैं. I have made it, I have write sample because it is an example. So another thing is that I've made the child's name. Like actually the incident I have visualized is on child. यानी कि ये जो incident मैंने एक तरह से visualize किया है, ये तो ये एक child के ऊपर है. So you have to mention the name of the child or any of the spectator or any of the person who have faced this incident. So you have to write here. Another thing is that age, what is the age of the victim or what is the age of the person who have survived from the incident. So you have to put you write it in this area. And then parents name, I have put a heading of parents name, date of accident, time of accident. So these all things should be in a incident report. ये सब चीजें जो है normally incident report के अंदर होती हैं, and then we'll go to work on it. Like then we'll go to start the investigation, like what is actually the incident happens. Like उसके बाद हमें पता चलता है कि क्या था वो actually incident and what should carried out in that. Another thing is that if you move ahead, I have put an heading of describe how the accident occurs. Like the people, especially the police, used to investigate from the local areas and from the persons who are living near the areas. So they used to see like wait a second. Yes, recording is on. Yeah, I think that recording is got stopped. So actually, the police used to investigate from the locals that actually what the accident would be about. Like वहाँ पे investigations होती हैं, and then they will go to fill this area like how the accident occurred. So this was actually one of the part of the incident report that should be in the report of an incident. Another thing is that I've make a heading of what first aid was given. Like what was the first aid, what was the first treatment that was given to the person who have survived in the incident. Like उसको जो है क्या treatment दिया गया after facing the incident, where the person got shifted, in which hospital, in which area. These all the things should become in this area. आपको यहाँ पे mention करना है in this incident report that what was the first aid was given to the people who have survived in the incident, the person was the victim of the incident. Another thing is that additional comments, like the comments which was received from the doctors or from the nurses or from the staff of the hospitals, like what they have responded after doing the treatment of that person. So what was their comment, what was their reply to the police department. So they have to mention here in the additional comments. तो यानी कि आपको वहाँ पे जो है यहाँ पे उनके comments या उनके जो है जो भी उन्होंने चीजें बताई हैं, the things which they have taught you, what the things that was very much important for your case, so you have to mention here. in the additional comments you can also write any of the comment which you have received from the locals as well. यहाँ पे ना सिर्फ डॉक्टर्स एंड नर्सेस बल्कि किसी लोकल का कोई important thing या कोई important proof जो कि उन्होंने आपको बताया हो, so you can write it here as well, which was the one of the part of the incident report. Another thing is that I've made the heading of witness name, like what is the main witness of this incident, like who have seen this incident completely or who have the more knowledge about this incident, who the person was survived in it. So यहाँ पे आप witness name mention कर सकते हैं, signature of the person who is the witness of this incident, like staff member completing this report. Like then you have to fill, I have made the heading staff members completing this report. This means that at the end, like who was making this incident report, he have to mention himself in this area, like he have to mention himself, like who was completing or who was writing this incident report. Another thing is that you can also write like signature of the staff members, like you can have a signature as well. Another thing is that date report completed. अच्छा यहाँ पे डेट ऑफ रिपोर्ट एट विच इट वाज कंप्लीटेड, लाइक कंप्लीशन ऑफ द रिपोर्ट की जिस जो डेट पे रिपोर्ट कंप्लीट हुई है, ये सब एरिया जो फिल हुए हैं, ये सब प्रूफ जब जिस एरिया पे आके जमा हुए हैं, द एरिया एट विच or the date on which the report was completed, you have to mention in this area. So these are the some headings which I have made in the sample incident reports to make you clear that what are the things should be came in the incident reports and before that the call report. So यहाँ पे दो उसकी examples मैंने आपको show की थी कि incident reports and call reports, and how you can create these two on the MS Word. Another thing is that if you were going to move ahead, you can see that I've made a table of three rows. I've made table like parents name, like the person who have survived in this incident, their parents name should be mentioned in the report, parent signature, date. Okay. Another thing is that you can also mention the place of the activity, like where this incident, the where the area at which the incident happened. So you can put here the area or area where this activity took place. So you can write it here as well. Date of incident, it's a must, like at which date the incident took place. Exact location of the incident, exact location, like जहां पे ये incident हुआ है, the area, एक तो area होगा, then the area के अंदर भी कोई specific location where this incident happened, so you have to mention here. Another thing is that weather location if applicable, like during this incident what was the weather, or what was the surrounding area, or what was the scenario of that area while this incident was happening, so you can write it here. So these all are the headings that came under sample incident reports. So I hope that you can got to know many things, like how you can create a report. I have make two reports for your example, like a call report and the incident report. You can create any report you want to create, like आप जो है किसी किस्म की भी report create कर सकते हैं, but you should know the exact things should be mentioned in the report, like headings that should be mentioned in the report. You can use the lines as well, like with the lines which I've used, I've made a simple incident report. I have not make it so much graphically. I've made a simple reports consist of headings and its solution, और कुछ questions यहाँ मैंने mention कर दिए that will be very much important in the incident report. You can use the flow charts, graphs, or you can also use the tables as well to specify your report, to make your report clear. The questions should be clear in the report that was asking from the another person, from the peoples. So वो सब चीजें जो है आपकी रिपोर्ट में क्लियर होनी चाहिए. Okay, so okay, so now I'm going to share one more thing with you all. Kindly wait a second, please. Okay, so now you can see on my screen, like it's actually resume was generated in front of you all. Like ये जो है एक तरह से आप सबके सामने resume show हो रहा है. Like यहाँ पर आपको mention हो रहा होगा your name. Actually this resume is actually like a CV, like you have created normally to send in many companies. Like जो CVs की तरह resumes होते हैं, और resume is also a part of our course, so we're going to discuss it as well. So you can see that you have to first of all mention your name, your experience, like at which area you would be working on, like any of the school, any of the college, or you are working in any company, any area which you are working for there, for the purpose of job, and for working and for providing them the service. So you can mention it for as an experience you have gained from that area, from that agency. उस इदारे से आपने क्या experience you have got, so you can put it in your resume. Another thing is that you can also mention your education, like from where you have took the education, your school name, your college name, any other degree you have received, any of the qualification, any of the things which you have received. So you can put here in the under the heading of education. So education is must in your resume. That would be more attractive, that would make your resume more attractive to the viewer. Like if you have sent a resume to any company, so they will go to hire you on your education and your experience or qualification. So you have to put it very clearly, and it should be fulfilled with the full attention. यानी कि बहुत important areas होते हैं, so that you have to fulfill education and experience. After this you have to mention any project, like if you have made any project, or if you have you have received any achievement, or you have done something. Like अगर आपने कोई प्रोजेक्ट पे काम किया है, कोई इंटरनेशनल प्रोजेक्ट या कोई डोमेस्टिक प्रोजेक्ट, या फिर आपने कोई भी किस्म का अचीवमेंट यू हैव गेन, सो यू हैव टू पुट योर अचीवमेंट्स एज वेल, so that your resume would be show more attractive and more heavy. Another thing is that you can put your skills, like what is your skills other than this other than this job. यानी कि इस job के अलावा आपके पास क्या क्या skills हैं, any of the skills, your hobbies, all these things should be mentioned in your resume as well, to make the viewer, to make the second person attractive from you. Like आप उसको मुतासर कर सकते हैं अपने skills से. Like you can make that skills, you have to write that skills that should be very much healthy, that will be very much relatable to your job. उसकी according आपने यहाँ skills mention करनी है. Another thing is that you can also write any award, like any award you have received from your previous area which you are working in it. So कोई भी आपको award या फिर कोई achievement you have received, so you can put your awards in your resume as well. So ये सब कुछ चीजें हैं, कुछ areas you have to fulfill, so that your resume should be seems heavy and attractive. Another thing is that languages, like if you have learned any other languages other than English and Urdu, which was our national language and our optional language. So इनके अलावा भी अगर आपके पास कोई, अगर you have learned any language, so you can put your language as well. Or if you have done any achievement, or you have done anything which was beyond this job, अगर आपने कोई beyond this limits, यानी कोई इस job से हट के कोई ऐसी चीज की हो जो आपको लगता है कि if you mention in your resume, so you will go to get the job quicker, you can get the job easily, so you can put it as well. It should be considered of any hobby as well, anything which you have done, so you can mention it. If you have like, let's take an example, like if you have perform, or if you have enrolled in any of the course, like अगर आपने कोई course किया है, कोई private course किया है which was not been relatable to your knowledge, which was not been relatable to your education, like जो कि इस job के हटके है. यानी कि अगर मैं कोई जैसे बाहर से कोर्स किया है, लाइक ग्राफिक डिजाइनिंग एग्जांपल ले लेते हैं. ग्राफिक डिजाइनिंग की इस जॉब में अगर फॉर एग्जांपल जगह नहीं है, इट वाज नॉट अ पर्पस ऑफ ग्राफिक डिजाइनिंग इन दिस जॉब, मगर फिर भी आपने किया है, सो एक्चुअली इट्स एन ऑप्शनल थिंग व्हिच यू हैव परफॉर्म, इट्स एन ऑप्शनल कोर्स व्हिच यू हैव डन. सो इस तरह जो है आपकी सीवी जो है ज्यादा, आपकी सीवी मोर इट सीम्स लाइक मोर हेवियर, बिकॉज यू हैव डन अ गुड thing, your achievements, your award, your experience, your education, it seems like it you should be get this job. तो आपको यहाँ पे वो चीजें मेंशन करनी है अपने रेज्यूम में, अपने सीवी के अंदर, that should be worthful, that should be very much attractive, that should be very much important, and that will going to reflect your image, your personality. So these things should be mentioned in your resumes. Another thing is that you can also mention your email address, or you can mention your address, your home address, your email address. तो यहाँ पे आप वो चीजें mention कर सकते हैं, and then your resume would be clear. You can email it as well, or you can took a printout and send to any of the company or any of the एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूट. तो यहाँ पे यह इस रेज्यूम जो है वो इस तरह क्रिएट की जाती है. यहाँ पे आपको यहाँ पे जनरेटेड यहाँ पे टेम्पलेट शोन हुई थी, और आई हैव एक्सप्लेन यू लाइक द थिंग्स व्हिच यू शुड बी कवर्ड इन योर रेज्यूम. सो नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर विथ यू ऑल I'm going to share with you how you can create brochures. Like brochure is a very much important thing that you should be learn in this course. Brochure should be consist of any of the product. Usually किसी भी product के brochures होते हैं, कोई भी अगर usually salesman जो होते हैं आपको brochures देते हैं, that would describe their products. So how you can create that brochure, we're going to explain you in this session. We have less time, but we should be carry out this thing. Brouchers is one of the most important things which should be covered in this course. Okay. This was actually the brochures that you can see on my screen. Like this was made as an example, यानी कि ये actually उस language में नहीं है, English language में नहीं है, but we can take it as an example. So first of all, you have to mention a company, like what is your company address or name of a company. It's very much important in your brochure to reflect your products. Other thing is that you have to mention the product brochure, like at which date it would be created, or it would be generated, or it would be exported to different countries or on the local market. The date should be mentioned here, or it's actually an optional as well. If you want to add, so you can add, or you can add any other thing other than this. So if we're going to move ahead, so we're going to have the product overview. It is the most important things which you have to mention in your brochure. Like products के अगर आप overview ही नहीं देंगे, products के बारे में नहीं बताएंगे, so how the person would get attractive to your products. You have to mention the benefits, advantages, and the things which should be relatable to the person, to the local person, so that will going to increase the sale of the product. So ये थिंग्स जो हैं, ये चीजें जो हैं आपको खास तौर पर आपको मेंशन करनी है, और ख्याल रखना है कि आपको ये चीजें जरूर आप अपने ब्रोशर में मेंशन करें. सो इट्स वाज एक्चुअली a mobile phone brand. Let's take an example of the mobile phone brand, that they have choose that mobile phone brand, and they have mentioned their advantages and their benefits. Actually this was not an English language, so we can say that आप यहाँ पर usually ज्यादातर प्रोडक्ट ओवरव्यू के अंदर आप उस प्रोडक्ट्स के बेनिफिट्स मेंशन कर सकते हैं, आप उस प्रोडक्ट के बारे में बता सकते हैं कि what is this product. It is a gadget, or it is a machine, or it's an tool, or it's a computer accessory, anything the product was related to, so you can mention it here. Okay. Advantages, disadvantages. Disadvantages तो mention नहीं करेंगे, आप benefits ही mention करेंगे, advantages ही mention करेंगे. So these should all came under the product overview. अपनी creativity और अपनी innovation show करने के लिए आप और भी चीजें मतलब mention कर सकते हैं, outlets mention कर सकते हैं कि where you can purchase this products, or you can also write in your brochures like at from where you have created these प्रोडक्ट्स, लाइक आप इसको इंपोर्ट करवाते हैं, या फिर इस प्रोडक्ट की एसेसरीज, या इस प्रोडक्ट की जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग है कहाँ होती है, ये सब चीजें जो है अपनी ब्राउचर में मेंशन कर सकते हैं इन अ वेरी स्मॉल एरिया. आपको यहाँ बहुत छोटे, आपको यहाँ पे कोई बड़े बड़े सेंटेंसेस मेंशन नहीं करने, शॉर्ट से शॉर्ट चीज शो कर, मतलब आपको सेंटेंसेस जो है बहुत शॉर्ट रखने हैं, एंड द थिंग यू शुड हैव डिस्क्राइब वुड बी लेंथी, यानी कि कम से कम एरिया में बड़ी सी बड़ी चीज जो है डिस्क्राइब हो जाए इन द इजी वर्ड्स, इफ आई कैन एक्सप्लेन यू. ओके. अदर देन दिस वी हैव डिटेल्स. लाइक अब जो है डिटेल्स जो एरिया है, ओके, वी हैव 10 minutes remaining for our session, so we can wind up quickly. So डिटेल्स में आपको क्या चीजें मेंशन करनी है, डिटेल्स के अंदर आपने मेंशन करना है कि ऑल द थिंग्स, कहाँ से आपका प्रोडक्ट मैन्युफैक्चर होता है, कहाँ इस प्रोडक्ट्स की आउटलेट्स हैं, कहाँ से सेल्स होती हैं, each and every detail you should mention in the brochure. That would be an important thing that would be relatable to the लोकल पीपल्स, यानी कि वो चीजें मेंशन करनी है जो कि एक लोकल, जो आपको लगता है कि इफ लोकल पर्सन विल गोइंग टू रीड, सो दे विल गोइंग टू परचेज योर प्रोडक्ट्स, वो चीजें आपने अपने ब्रोशर में मेंशन करनी है. सो दीज ऑल आर द बस द थिंग्स दैट यू शुड बी मेंशन इन योर ब्रोशर, एंड यू ऑल शुड बी वेल अवेयर ऑफ दीज थिंग्स, बिकॉज आई हैव एक्सप्लेन यू थ्रू दिस टेम्पलेट. आप यहाँ पे आपको यहाँ पे ये सब चीजें मेंशन करनी है, सो दैट योर प्रोडक्ट शुड बी लुक्स अट्रैक्टिव एंड सीम्स टू बी इजीली परचेजेबल. सो इसके अलावा आप अपनी तरफ से भी बहुत सारी जो है क्रिएटिविटी शो कर सकते हैं, लाइक आप यहाँ पे कोई और इमेज शो कर सकते हैं, या यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हैं कि नॉर्मली एक इमेज यहाँ पे शेयर हुई हुई है एंड देयर वाज मेनी हेडिंग्स वाज created, and under this heading you can see that there are many things which were mentioned like advantages, benefits. You can also write other than this as well. आप यहाँ पे कुछ और भी चीजें mention कर सकते हैं. The things that you should mention, you should have to mention in the brochure. अब वो चीजें मैं आपको describe भी करूंगा. You should have to make it, and you should have to make your show your creativity through creating this brochure. आपको अपनी खुद की creativity show करनी है, so that I can get to know that you are learning the things. If you have any type of query, you can ask in the comment section, comment box. You can ask anything. We're going to get these recordings uploaded on YouTube as well and on the Google Drive as well. Okay, this was actually a brochure. अब हम जो है we're going to learn about last thing under this session, which would be our letter, like how you can create a letter is a very small and very simple thing, but there are many people which are not well aware of the things that should be came under the letter में क्या क्या चीजें आनी चाहिए, the people are not well aware of it. So letter जो है, you can see that the letter should be very much attractive. Like first of all, you have to put an address, like where you are sending this letter. If you are sending it through email, or you are sending through any location, so in any situation you have to mention both the address. First of all, sender's address and receiver address. Another thing is that through these addresses, you have to mention the date as well, like at which date you have shared this letter. You have to mention the email ID as well, both the senders and receivers email ID. Or you can, then you have to start writing the letter. The letter should consist of any other topic, like आप जो है इस letter के अंदर किसी भी किस्म की जो है किसी भी topic पे आप ये letter लिख सकते हैं. Like if you are writing a letter to any company or any other education institute, यहाँ पे बहुत सारी types है letter की. So you can create हर टाइप की जो है डिफरेंट डिफरेंट फॉर्मेट्स होते हैं, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट तरीके होते हैं लिखने के. फॉर्मल वे में अगर आप मेंशन करना चाहें, तो फॉर्मल वे में आपको बहुत सारी चीजों का ख्याल रखना चाहिए. लाइक यू कैन नॉट यूज एनी स्लैंग लैंग्वेज, और यू कैन नॉट बी अनप्रोफेशनल इन बिटवीन द लेटर. आपको बिल्कुल भी लेटर में अनप्रोफेशनल वे शो नहीं करना, बिकॉज यू आर सेंडिंग टू एनी अदर कंपनी फॉर आस्किंग एनीथिंग. लाइक आपको कोई भी किस्म का आप कुछ भी ले सकते हैं. लाइक फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू आर आस्किंग एनीथिंग फ्रॉम अनदर कंपनी, लाइक पार्टनरशिप, you can say that if you want any partnership, any sponsorship from different a company or different institute or different brand. So you have to be well aware of these things that you can see on my screen, like address, the small to small things. आपको छोटी से छोटी चीजें ख्याल रखना पड़ता है, because this will going to show your inspiration, your impact on the different company. आपकी जितना ज्यादा प्रोडक्टिव वे में आप लेटर अपना मेंशन करेंगे, जितनी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें और प्रोफेशनल चीजें आप लेटर में मेंशन करेंगे, उतना ज्यादा आपको उतना ज्यादा आपका चांस बनेगा आपकी बात को सही होने में. यानी कि you will go to get the thing which you want from different country, any partnership or any other sponsorship. So you have to be very much clear by writing this letter. Okay. Another thing is that at the end you have to mention your name or any of your name, like company name or any name you can mention, and your designation is very much important while writing this letter. So this was actually the letter that you can write to different company or any of the area that would you can send the letter. So you have to write this letter on any of the location, either through online or through physically to any area. So यहाँ पे ये सब चीजों का ख्याल रखना बहुत जरूरी है लेटर के अंदर. और इसके अलावा we can also write the letter to any person. Like यहाँ पे हम लोग जो है इनफॉर्मल लेटर की चलिए बात कर लेते हैं. फॉर्मल लेटर्स तो यहाँ पे आपको यहाँ पे शो हो ही रहा होगा मेरी स्क्रीन पे उसकी टेम्पलेट. पर अनप्रोफेशनल और इनफॉर्मल लेटर्स जो होते हैं वो यूजुअली आप लोग अपने फ्रेंड्स वगैरह को शेयर करते हैं. सो उसके अंदर इस सब चीजों का ख्याल रखने की जरूरत बिल्कुल भी नहीं होती, और एक ही एड्रेस होता है. एंड यू कैन बी somewhere you can be unprofessional as well, because you are writing to your friend, your relative. So you don't need to be so much professional while writing the letter as compared to formal letters में आपको बिल्कुल भी प्रोफेशनल वे आपको अडॉप्ट करना पड़ता है in this letter. Okay. At last you can put sincerely or regards, any other thing you put. So this is going to make your letter more professional, and it should be leaves a good mark on the reader, on the viewer. So ये बस लेटर के अंदर ये सब चीजों की मेन थिंग्स होती हैं जो कि you have to be well aware to write this letter. Okay. Other thing is that after these three things we can have last thing, which would be our project proposal. What is this? We have 4 minutes remaining, so we can complete this very quickly. Like, what is project proposal? Okay, project proposal normally ये होता है like if you are creating any project, any ritual project, any online project, आपने कोई कुछ आपने कोई प्रोजेक्ट क्रिएट किया है, इट शुड बी एनी थिंग लाइक आपने कोई भी टॉपिक जो है सोशल अवेयरनेस के ऊपर कोई टॉपिक आपने जो है वो पिक कर लिया, और इफ यू कैन pick any of the topic related to education, technology, or any of the issues which was nowadays are very much popular in the country, like any other thing like child labor or any social service. So these all are the topics which you can create a project on it. So project के अंदर चीजें क्या होंगी? Projects are normally made for gaining the sponsorship from different areas, from getting the aids from the different institutions. So the things should be very much clearly mentioned in the projects were like, first of all, you have to mention your name. Well, the main thing is the name, your name and your team name which was working on this project, your company name, like like from where you have started this, any company or any location which you have from where you have started your project, उस यानी कि उसकी base से आपने project start किया, you have to mention it very clearly. Location is very much important from for you, or like from where you have started this project. Date mention करना important है. Overview, like what is your overview, what is your main motive to start this project, and what you want from different company or different institutions. So you have to mention overviews. Your goals, like what you want to do from by starting this project, आप अपने goals mention करने होंगे. Okay, आप इस project से क्या चाहते हैं, and what are your goals which you have set for your project. Specification, what is the specified things which have came under your project, यानी कि आपके पास वो कौन कौन सी specifications है, कौन कौन सी main things या main चीजें हैं जो कि किसी और project में नहीं है, या फिर वो चीजें जो दूसरे project से आपका project को different बनाती है. So you have to make you have to write this specification as well in your project proposal. Another thing is that you can also write your milestones, or the things are came under goals, so you don't need to write, it's an optional thing, but you can also write the milestone that will going to make your proposal more creative. ये कुछ मेन हेडिंग्स हैं, कुछ मेन चीजें जो कि आपको अपने प्रोजेक्ट के अंदर बिल्कुल मेंशन करनी है. प्रोजेक्ट प्रपोजल एक बहुत ही वास्ट सब्जेक्ट है. सो ये जो है सिर्फ यहाँ तक खत्म नहीं होता, यहाँ पर कुछ मेन चीजें मैंने डिस्कस की है कि ये आपको मेंशन करना लाजमी है. you can mention other thing as well, like you can create more headings and more things that will going to make your project more understandable for the different person from the different companies where you are sharing your project proposal. तो आप यहाँ पे और भी बहुत सारी चीजें जो है मेंशन कर सकते हैं, but the things were very much important, so I have discussed in this session. So I hope you can get to know many things. Less than 1 minute remaining, so I'm going to end the session. You're going to get the recording in the Google Drive as well, and I hope you're going to you don't have any query. Today no one have asked any of the query, so by watching this session in the Google Drive, the recordings, if you have any query left in your mind, so you can ask. Thank you so much for being a session. Allah Hafiz.